So I do music, right? And I do this YouTube thing, and I love both. And I want to continue to do both, and I want it to grow, right? I got the other channel, the Vigilante Williamson Music. We did Synthwave Saturdays, or Synthwave Saturday nights for a while. We got enough material for the album. I got to finish writing it. Hopefully when I finish writing it, we'll get back to that. And, there's a lot of stuff I want to do with this. And in the YouTube, even this video itself, I'm kind of switching up formats to kind of, do something a little bit different. But I'll still do the other videos. But, I love doing this, and I want it to grow. I want it to expand. But I'm also a conspiracy theorist, right? So I know that there's a world beyond the world as far as secret societies, and especially the entertainment industry. We've heard enough to know that there's something demonic, something sexual, something weird about the entertainment industry. We know about the Weinsteins, the Epsteins, what's this guy's name from Nickelodeon, Dan Snyder. There's creepers, there's weird stuff. There's all this imagery, one-eye symbolism, and all this other stuff. Eyes wide shut parties, Whoa Vicky talking about signing in blood to get into a party, and all this other stuff. So there's craziness, about the industry. Even Kanye said, family sacrifices. There's a bunch of channels on the shot. Jay Marvelous, he just did a video on K-pop, and he does good stuff. Black Balloons, Call Me Kinfolk, Truth Is, and then OGs like Unplug 'Em, Days of Noah. Back in the day, you had Chronicles of Judah. There's a lot of channels, a lot of truthers. Yash Kara, if you really want to go back, talking about the industry, cloning plants. It's a whole thing, right? And I get it, everybody's not into it or whatever. Nobody believes it, but there's something there. There's at bare minimum a casting couch system in the entertainment industry. At bare minimum, we can see there's a casting couch / friend. Even, shout out my partner in Culture Crime Fighting was talking about Bert Kreischer, right? I don't know if maybe this expands into the point. Maybe I don't think Bert Kreischer had to bend over and take that Rogan meat. I don't know what those guys are into, but a lot of people even look at the nepotism thing, the friendship thing, the Roganettes, all these guys and gals who were friends with Rogan and now their comedy careers are expanded. And shout out Matt from Fireball Productions. He did a video on that, or part of his podcast, talking about the hate Bert gets. But there's a little feeling about all. Why? Because that feeling they didn't quite earn it, right? And then you hear all this stuff about stuff going on behind scenes. So even if you don't believe all the esoteric, Molech shit, fine. At least there's a casting couch system, right? So my question is, how low does that go? Because I don't want it that bad, right? As much as I want to do music, as much as I want to do this channel, as much as I want to, have success and maybe make a few dollars off of this if I can, I don't want it so bad I'm taking it in the butt. Like, there's nowhere close to that. Nowhere close to that. I don't want it that bad. And you wonder as a content creator, like, what's the level? Or as a rapper and musician, what's the level? Like, take I'm in the Houston area now, and I'm a big guy. Take a couple of big guys from the Houston area I like. Big S the Plug, and of course that Mexican OT, who's blowing up right now. I like both of their music. I got here a couple years ago. Since I got here, they've been rising, and they make fun music. They make good music. Do I have to, please don't tell me. I wish both the best. Please tell me neither of them had to do some old crazy cousin sacrifice butthole games. Like, this really comes from me watching. You remember Police Academy guy with the voice? There was a short with Michael Winslow, and I'm watching him, and the thought went out like, he didn't have to do anything, right? Like, you could get to that level, right, without having to go through those doors, as Nori said. Like, you don't have to get out the butthole to be Michael Winslow or Big X the Plug or that Mexican OT, right? Like, no way, right? Like, you can't have you telling me you gotta go and praises be to Molech just to be that. Like, that's too much. Cause like, I saw one of these channels, maybe one of the channels I mentioned earlier, they had like this diorama of all this crazy imagery, and one eye symbolism, and one of them was Mr. Bean. And I'm like, nah, ain't no way, no. You're telling me, like, I get the whole entertainment industry is demonic and shit, but you're telling me to be Mr. Bean, you got to give up the cheeks? Nah. And so that's my thought. Like, and listen, no shade on any celebrity mention. No shade on any celebrity mention. But, like, I just don't want to give up the cheeks just to have, you know, a few YouTube subscribers. Does Thor from Pirate Software, he had to give up the cheeks for success? Did somebody at Blizzard say, all right, you're leaving us, but do you really want to be a star? Like, is that how that works? I would like to think he made it off hard work and just being a funny and clever guy, right? You would think, okay, yeah, he has a couple million subs, but nah, he didn't have to, you know, do that. Now, if you tell me Dr. Disrespect, especially with him like in the youth, had to go through the cremation and care, okay, right? We saw Math Hoffa. He's a Freemason. That's not a joke or an exaggeration. He is. So if you're telling me you got to get to that level, you got to, you know, do something strange for a little change. Okay. You know, talking to all these celebrities and all this other stuff. But to be Thor or Big X the Plug, you know, if those are goals as me as a content creator and as a musician to be at those, like, similar levels to those guys, you're telling me, nah, I don't want it that bad. What's the level I get to, right? And how does that work? Listen, I don't want to ever get invited to an Eyes Wide Shut party, right? I don't want to get invited to a party. Oh, you got signed in blood, right? But when I say no, like, what happens then? Is it just like no and you just go about your life, or is it like no and then, you know, all of a sudden you get sacrificed? Like, how does that work? How does that work? Does anybody know? And I mean, this is kind of a joke, but it's kind of isn't, man. Because I want it. I really do want to have success, but I don't want it that bad. I'm not taking it up the butt for no celebrity status. And I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe Jesus died for our sins. You know, I know I curse a lot and I'm not perfect. And I did have to look this up, but, you know, 2 Corinthians says, it's the 2 Corinthians 11:6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. And I'm not an expert in the Bible by any means. You know, I still need to study it. I still need to study it and have a better understanding than I do. But yeah, just because I curse and may say some things inappropriate doesn't mean I don't believe in the Bible. And it doesn't mean it's an excuse by any means. I do believe in the Bible. I try to live by it to the best of my ability. I fail at it, obviously. And so I don't want to, you know, I know this. What does it do for a man to gain the world and lose a soul? And I'm not losing my soul for this shitty world. You serious? You serious? This shitty planet for what? Some money for what? I need to pay these damn bills. I like to be out of debt. I like to help some people. But I don't relate brands like that. I'm too old now. You know what I mean? When I was young and dumb, maybe I would have spent it on shoes, but I'm like invested in shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just invested in the S&P, get some more precious metals. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not even gonna trick off for these hoes. I'm gonna try to act broke. I don't want to get got. I ain't going out like Bill Belichick. He's like 72 with a 24-year-old. What are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm not judgment, man. Especially because a lot of these old ladies is going after young dudes. Nobody says anything. Fucking 50-year-old women, 50-year-old aunties with 19-year-olds. You know what I mean? No one says anything, but we got to yell at Bill Belichick. But, like, that's just stupid. I know this is a tangent. We're going to end this video quickly. But, like, Bill Belichick, come on, bro. Listen, man. I know you probably have an ego. Your 72-year-old penis, no matter how much Cialis you take, is never going to give her pleasure. She's fucking someone else, man. I don't care what you've paid for. I don't care how many bills you pay. It's kind of look at it the dude's perspective. Everyone, oh, he's a predator. It's like he's a prey. He's prey. She's the one who's gonna eat up that bank account, and she ain't called one game-winning play, ain't coached one defensive series, and she gonna eat that bank account up. So, like, why are you buying a girl Louis Vuitton shoes or whatever the fuck you doing, taking her on trips just for one of your players to bust nuts in her? I don't get it. I'm not 72 though. In any event, if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.